So I'm doing this grocery haul in reverse today. Typically, I show you the groceries, tell you what I'm going to do with them, and then if I have anything special to share with you, I'll do that then. However, today, when we went out shopping, hubby was not hungry when we left, but he was hungry when we got back. And he had planned to fry some fish for his lunch when we got back, and he wanted to take care of that right away. So the first thing that I'm going to share with you is me putting together his breading. There's some breading that we were able to pick up at this local market that we went to that we can't usually find at Kroger. So I put that together for him, and then he fried his fish. And I always get lots of questions about him frying fish, so I'll share that with you. And I'll also share with you the grocery haul, and I even stopped a couple more places on the way home. So I actually have 3 hauls to share with you. I think one more will fit if you want one more. Yeah. See, this way it's all mixed through like you like it. Just bring it up a little closer to the camera. Yeah, like that. This video is brought to you by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical, we believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. Visit us at www.aprondiva.com. So one of the things that we have been encouraged to do is to shop local and support small businesses in our community. So today I decided I would pick up produce at a local market called the Pontiac Market, and it is a small business. And I found that the prices there were pretty competitive with Kroger. There might have been a few things that were a little bit more, but you expect that when you are shopping at a small market, because of course they don't have the buying power that a place like Kroger's or Food Lion or Publix might have. So let me get all the goodies out. I'll show you what I've got. Now I just went for produce. That's what I needed, so that's all I plan to pick up. Well, you know how that happens. Whenever you get there, you see other things that you either want or things that you forgot that you needed. So one of the things that I picked up that wasn't on my list was this big sweet potato. And I thought tomorrow's Sunday, we're going to have roast chicken. We're going to have some cabbage. And I thought I'll make this sweet potato to go with the roast chicken. So I just picked up one because I didn't want to have a bunch of extra ones sitting around because I just might not get around to cooking it sooner than later. So I just got this one sweet potato. And then they had this celery, these celery hearts of just $1.49 for this pound of celery hearts. So I thought that was pretty good. And then some red grapes, seedless grapes. My husband prefers the seedless kind. And then look at these sugar snap peas. Aren't they sweet? So yesterday for dinner, I made a Thai chicken peanut stir fry. And I needed some cabbage to go in the stir fry. Didn't have any, so I ended up using some spring leaf mix that I had in the fridge. I just chopped it up and stir fried that in. But we've got enough leftovers for today. So I thought I'm going to pick up some of these sugar snap peas, and then I'll give them a good washing, and then I will drop those into the stir fry. As well as I picked up the cabbage. I only needed 2 cups of cabbage for that dish. Well, since we've eaten half of it, I probably only need a cup of cabbage now. So I'll just take a cup of cabbage from this, and then I'll have cabbage left over for tomorrow's dinner. And then I got another cabbage for my cousin because she likes cabbage. And the cabbage was only 78 cents a pound. And at Aldi, cabbage was 79 cents a pound. And at Kroger, cabbage was 99 cents a pound. So I got a pretty darn good deal at the Pontiac Street Market for this. And then look at this red pepper. I don't know why I like these red peppers that are like kind of red and dark green like this. I think they were like $1.49 or something like that. But again, the price is very similar to what I got at Kroger. So picked up this red pepper, this yellow bell pepper, and then of course a green pepper. And I just thought the peppers just looked beautiful. And then check out these carrots. These carrots are absolutely beautiful, and look how big they are. I like big carrots because then instead of having to use 3 or 4, I might only have to use 2. Now, I can see that I'm going to give these a good scrubbing, but think of all the peel, the carrot peel that I'll have to put in my broth. So I was glad to get these. And then whenever we go to a new store, my husband always likes to check out their seafood. And he found this skinless whiting fillets, and they are individually packaged. So we picked up one of these. And I also picked up some broccoli because I've been wanting to do more stir fry lately. And this is just a very small head of broccoli, but it'll be great in a stir fry. So let me get it out of the bag so you can actually see it, because I thought they looked pretty darn good. So this little head of broccoli. So there's that. Now, here are the things that I picked up that was not on the list, but I thought was pretty darn good. So one of the things we got was a loaf of bread. We always need bread, it seems. So we picked up a loaf of bread, and it's just whole wheat bread, so no biggie about that. But you guys know, typically I like to buy Starbucks coffee in the K-Pots, and those puppies have been anywhere from $6.99 if I get a good digital coupon deal at Kroger, but more likely $8.99 or $9.99. Well, they had this 8 o'clock original decaf, and they had them $3.50 off. So this was only about $5.50 for this box of coffee. Now, since I've not tried this brand before, I didn't get more than one. I wanted to check it out first and see if I like it. If I decide I like it, then I'll go back and see about picking up a couple more, because this is a pretty good price for these K-Cups. The other thing is cranberry sauce, and they had cranberry sauce on clearance. Jellied cranberry sauce was all they had, but this can was $1. Cranberry sauce right now, jellied whole berry, whatever, in Aldi, they don't have any. In Kroger, it's about $2.29, $2.50 a can. So I thought, what the heck? I could eat jellied cranberry sauce. So I got 2 cans of a jellied cranberry sauce. And then they had this peanut butter marked down to $1.89. Now it is the Essential Everyday's brand. Not familiar with the brand, but it's the crunchy peanut butter, $1.89, and I gave hubby his choice. You want creamy, you want crunchy? He thought, let's get the crunchy, which works well when you're making peanut butter cookies, or it would have been great if I would have had some crunchy peanut butter for my chicken peanut Thai dish last night. So $1.89, I thought that was pretty darn good, because you know, most peanut butter is more than that. So I got that. Wasn't on the list, but it proved to be a good deal. We also needed some cooking spray, so grabbed one of those. And then they had cremettes, elbow macaroni, $1 a box. So I picked up a couple boxes of that. I'm not using this as much now as I do toward holiday time. But holiday time coming. We got Easter coming up, and then there'll be some other holidays that's coming up. Memorial Day, 4th of July, those kind of things that I may be impressed to make some mac and cheese. So picked up a couple boxes of the cremettes there. And that is all that I got at the Pontiac Street Market. I was pretty pleased overall with the things that I got, and we'll definitely be going back. So now let me get this out of the way, and then I'll show you some stuff from the other 2 stops that we made. And this is the haul that I got from Dollar Tree and Lowe's. So let me just make it clear, I did plan to stop at Dollar Tree and I did plan to stop at Lowe's. If we were going to make a circuit, we were going to go to Pontiac Street Market and then go to Lowe's, and Dollar Tree is in the same plaza. So I got a few things at both of them. So I have just been fiending for flowers. I'm just so glad that it's spring and the weather is better. So I just picked up some things that go better in cool weather. I haven't done a thing on the front porch yet. Haven't swept off the leaves or anything. Probably should have done some of that before I picked these up, but I couldn't wait. So I picked up some of these little violas. And they remind me of pansies because they're such bright colors. And they tend to do okay in cooler weather. And then I picked up these little teeny tiny little petite daffodils. You know, right now daffodils and tulips and all those things are starting to come up. And I don't have any of those coming up in my front yard. So I thought, let me just pick these up and I'll put these in a planter out front. So look how nice and bright, and you guys know I love, love, love yellow, and I love orange flowers. Also a little bit of purple. So I got those. And then I wanted to pick up some herbs that were in season, like right now. I tend to start shopping after Mother's Day when the weather tends to be a little bit more predictable. Well, by then, it's warmed up enough that the celery and the lettuce type plants are really long and leggy, and the season for those are almost over. So I picked up some curly kale, and I like to grow kale. We use it in our smoothies, and I like to stir fry it. So I picked up some kale. Picked up some flat leaf parsley, and look how leggy this is. But I can clip this off and use it right now. And it does okay in the cooler weather. And then right here I have some romaine lettuce. And then this is red romaine lettuce. And so I like those in my iceberg lettuce salads. I'll put a mix of these different things in there. Hubby's not as thrilled with these as I am, but he will eat them. So I wanted to get some of those. And then we also picked up 2 25-pound bags of Miracle-Gro potting soil, because I'm going to do more container gardening this year. So that's what I got at Lowe's. And then I've been going down a rabbit hole on YouTube looking at gardening videos because I'm getting ready for spring and gardening season, and this little planter has been going viral. I mean, look at this. It's a stackable 3-tiered planter. It's just $1.25. I'm not sure how many cups this holds, maybe 5 each one of those. But when I say they're stackable, this is what I mean. So you've got these little lips right there, and you can stack them on top of, one on top of the other like this. And whereas Dollar Tree is starting to have more things that cost more than $1.25, these were just $1.25. So I picked up 5 of those, and I'm probably going to use some of these either for some of those or for some of those herbs. Not sure yet. I just knew I had to pick these up, so I got these. And then I also wanted, I think I brought in a bug.
What?
I brought in a bug. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh.
It's a plant. Right, so it's a bug.
Yes, it's in here. Sorry. I guess I brought in that bug with the plants. My husband's laughing at me now. But anyway. So I picked up those. The other thing that I got were these little hanging baskets. And I saw this creator, and I think her channel was Our Freedom Song. And she was showing different little things that she could do with these baskets and the cocoa liners. And did I get the cocoa liner? No, wasn't thinking. I should have got that too, but I'll have to go back and get some. But she was showing how you could do like strawberry plants and all kind of really cute things in these. And these two were just $1.25. So I picked up 2 of these, and I'm going to use those. And I'll have to go back and get the cocoa liners. I don't know why. Well, I do know. Hubby was sitting out in the car, and I didn't want to take too long while I was in there. But I need to get a couple of the cocoa liners. And I know that if I don't get them early in the season, they'll be gone. So I'll probably go back within the next few days and get a couple of those. And then I picked up this little rolling plant tray. And again, it was just $1.25, but sometimes I'll have things out on the patio that I need to move around. And since this rolls, it'll be a lot easier for me to do that. I wasn't sure if I could put these on that, because one of the things that I saw this girl do was she put something like in the middle like that, and then was able to nail it down so that it was like that. So we might be able to do something like that, or I might be able to find something that's flatter too that I can set this on. But in the meantime, this can certainly be used with some of the pots that I already have. And then I picked up this cute little plastic watering stake. And I guess you just fill it with water, and then you just sit it upside down like this in your pot. And it just kind of self-waters. So I thought I would try that. We'll see. And I like the fact that it was just so colorful. And then she also showed these little plant clips. And I just thought they were just too cute. And they're nice and practical. You know, when you have to stake up tomatoes or something else that leans over? Well, these, you just clip them on the plant. And it helps them to remain upright. And the fact that they're a dark green was something that I really liked. So they have 2 sizes. They have some that are small like this, and you see here's the color, and you just pinch it. It's almost like a little clothespin, but the plant would be right in the center there. So they've got that size. That's the small size. And then here are some of the larger sizes down here, like for plants that need a little bit more support. So I was really glad to see those. And usually by the time I get to Dollar Tree looking for this kind of stuff, I'm usually late to the party and I've missed everything. But pick some of these up today. They have this little needlepoint pruner, again $1.25. So I'm always needing more tools. Picked up a nice little pair of gloves. And then these little turtle bites. I have been looking for these turtle bites for the longest. Every time I've gone to the store, I've looked for them, not been able to find them. And here they had a whole nice little rack of them at Dollar Tree. So I picked up 3 packs of those. And again, $1.25. So these are all the goodies that I picked up from the 3 different places that we stopped today on today's grocery and shopping haul. Which one stands out to you most? The grocery haul or some of the goodies that I picked up at either Lowe's or Dollar Tree? Tell me in the comment section below, and let me know too if you've been fiending for spring and can't wait to get out there and pick up some spring flowers. Inquiring minds want to know. And join me again for another day of everyday homemaking. I'll see you next time.